My director wife gave my $30 million script to her new actor. The script I'd spent 3 years perfecting, me wife gave it to her newly signed actor. Ryan Foster posted his costume test photos online, starting a new character journey. Thanks to the director's trust and my fans' love, my assistant sent me the screenshots. In the photos, Ryan wore the $30 million custom wardrobe I'd commissioned, standing on my film set. I forwarded them to my director wife. What the hell is this, Victoria? Who authorized you to recast and start filming my script? Set noise crackled through the phone. Victoria's tone was dismissive. Babe. It's just one script. You have plenty of resources. This one doesn't matter. You have 30 minutes to post a clarification, shut down production, and fire that actor. Victoria left me on read. Instead, she went live streaming the film's opening ceremony. If someone won't listen to reason, don't blame me for being ruthless. 10 minutes later, Victoria was fired from my company, all projects suspended. Chapter 1. The live stream had barely ended when Victoria called, voice shaking with rage. Ethan. What the fuck? Why did you kick me out of the company? And the production, who told you to stop it? I leaned against my office window, listening to her hysteria with calm detachment. It's my script. Why can't I stop it? You went over my head, ignored your boss's orders. The company doesn't need someone like you. Disbelief colored her voice. Ethan, all this over one role? You're being ridiculous. Her self-righteousness made me laugh. Ridiculous? Victoria, who gave you the balls to touch my property? Using my work to impress another man, how generous of you. 3 years married, and this was the first time I'd used this ice-cold tone with her. Victoria seemed to finally extract some clarity from her anger. After a few seconds of silence, her voice softened noticeably. Ethan, I think you're misunderstanding. Ryan and I are nothing. I just saw his talent. The role suits him perfectly. I didn't know you cared so much about this script. My fault. I should have consulted you before recasting and filming. If you're unhappy, I'll post a clarification. You're still the lead. Just add me back to the production chat. The crew needs me. Her words dripped with assumption that I'd accept this olive branch. I chuckled, though my eyes remained cold. Victoria, I'm not joking. You're fired. This script has nothing to do with you anymore. I'll find a new director. A loud bang came through the phone, probably her fist hitting the desk. Ethan. You can't do this. I've been preparing for 3 years. You can't. Your current state suggests you need a break. I hung up mid-sentence. My phone immediately exploded with calls and texts from Victoria. I turned it off and tossed it aside. When I first met Victoria, she was a film school directing student. Senior year, she'd pitched her movie to every investor, facing rejection after rejection. I'd seen her previous work online, stunning talent, unique vision for visual storytelling. I recognized her ability, chose to build her platform, inject capital and resources. 5 years later, she'd climbed from nobody to top-tier director. After making it big, she'd crafted a new project specifically for me. I spent 5 years proving you were right about me. This script took 5 years to write for you. I want you as my leading man. I admired such driven, confident people. I'd watched her hustle for years. So I accepted her script, starred in her film. When it became a blockbuster, she confessed her feelings, promising to write scripts for me forever, to make me her eternal leading man. Romantically, I'd admired more than loved her. But her persistent pursuit won me over. We ended up together. After marriage. Passion cooled to companionship, lovers becoming family. I'd thought we'd continue this way, mutual respect, mutual success, the industry's model couple. But now she'd done this outrageous thing for some nobody actor. 3 years of marriage, our first real crisis. I wasn't obsessed with romance, but I'd never tolerate betrayal. Chapter 2. I called the company, ordering them to find a new director immediately. After handling business, I'd lost all desire for vacation. Said quick goodbyes to my parents and flew home early. Walking onto the set, the noise made me frown. I'd clearly ordered production stopped, director changed. This place should be dead quiet. Yet the scene before me said someone didn't take me seriously. One glance found Victoria. She was crouched before Ryan Foster, carefully adjusting his costume collar with focused tenderness. The look she rarely showed at work anymore since becoming famous. The same look that had once captured my heart. Someone spotted me, gasping, Mr. Blackwell. Instant silence fell. Victoria looked up, her gentleness vanishing the moment she saw me. Ryan recovered quickly, his smile only freezing momentarily before greeting me. Mr. Blackwell. Heard you were vacationing with your parents. Why back so soon? I didn't spare him a glance, my gaze fixed on Victoria. Clear out the trash. Don't let random strays in here. Disrupting filming. The crew exchanged helpless looks, not knowing how to act. The CEO and the CEO's wife, they couldn't afford to offend either. Ryan's face went white. He stood there awkwardly, looking to Victoria for rescue. Victoria didn't disappoint him. She quickly stood, shielding Ryan, voice sharp with displeasure. Ethan, this is a film set. Watch your image. He's a cast member now, not trash. This is my production. How didn't I know we added this piece of garbage? Mr. Blackwell, I raised my hand, cutting Ryan off. Who said you could speak? Get out. My attitude finally ignited Victoria's anger, her Voice rising several decibels. Enough. I personally cast Ryan. His talent is unquestionable. Previously, Victoria had been notoriously strict about casting. Even when investors pushed their choices, she'd fight tooth and nail, never compromising. Now she'd broken all rules for this nobody, even confronting me publicly. I don't care about his talent. This production cost over $100 million. Not exactly top tier, but supporting roles still have A-listers fighting for them. Every actor passed multiple auditions. You threw away your principles for this trash. Also, did you forget? I fired you yesterday. Director Victoria. What gives you the right to stand here giving orders? Usually, no. Matter our conflicts, I'd never humiliated her publicly. That's why she felt secure throwing around her CEO's wife status on set. Victoria's face flushed red at my words. Yes. You fired me, but I built this production. Only I know all the details. Until the new director takes over, I'm responsible for this crew. The surrounding staff held their breath. You could hear a pin drop. I couldn't help laughing, leaning down to stare at her, shredding her dignity completely. Victoria, this is my script, my investment, my set. You have no authority here. Have I been too good to you all these years? Let you abuse my name? Now take him. And get out. My presence forced Victoria back half a step, panic finally flickering in her eyes. Ethan. Don't go too far. I'm doing this for the production. Get out. Don't make me have security throw you out. Victoria glared at me, eyes slightly red. Finally, she grabbed the frozen Ryan and left in humiliation. Chapter 3. That night, Victoria didn't come home. I didn't care, working alone in my study on company documents. Until my assistant sent 2 screenshots. The first showed a charity gala, city elite and industry titans gathered. Victoria was introducing Ryan to a heavyweight producer with a bright smile. The second screenshot came from Ryan's social media. A photo with several industry bosses, Victoria standing intimately beside him. Caption. Thanks to Director Chen's introduction, met many mentors. Learned so much. I'll keep working hard, won't disappoint. My expression turned glacial. Kicked off my set, Victoria not only didn't back down but doubled down. Using my connections to pave the way for that pretty boy. In her dreams. I messaged my assistant. Find out what's happening. Don't let nobodies use my name. Understood. Soon, my assistant sent video from the scene. In it, producer Madison directly asked Ryan about his credits. Ryan stammered, unable to answer. Madison looked him up and down, laughing mockingly. Young people wanting shortcuts is understandable, but you can't succeed on just a pretty face and flattery. No talent means you can't last, no matter how hard someone pushes. She turned to Victoria, pointedly. Some people think a few films make them hot shit. Forgotten who lifted them up. Now they're famous, even changed their arm candy. This world never lacks talented directors. The implications made everyone look at Ryan and Victoria strangely. Whispers spread about their relationship. Victoria's face went ugly. But she still insisted she and Ryan were just professional colleagues. Nobody cared about her explanations. Everyone declared themselves Blackwell Entertainment partners. Specific casting decisions would only be discussed with me. Under the continuous mockery, the pair fled the scene. I wasn't surprised by this outcome. Ryan stealing my role and wearing my wardrobe had already spread throughout the industry. Everyone at that gala had known me since my debut, nearly 10 years of friendship. When I became an A-lister, nobody knew where Victoria was. Plus, beyond my entertainment industry position, I had Blackwell Enterprises behind me. When I'd wanted to act, Dad had opened an entertainment company just to launch my career. Even if not for my sake, for my father's sake, everyone knew which side to take. Chapter 4. Victoria returned after midnight. She stormed into my study, furious. Ethan. Madison's attack on Ryan was your doing, wasn't it? I set down my documents, looking up calmly. She kept ranting. We already left the production. Isn't that enough? How long will you bully him? Watching her impotent rage, I smiled coldly. Victoria, what proof do you have it was me? You took my invitation to that event to network for him. I haven't even settled that score. And you're playing victim? Let me remind you, people in this industry aren't stupid. They see exactly what you've done. Touch your conscience and tell me, are they targeting you, or is this your own doing? Victoria was speechless, chest heaving. She could only point at me in humiliation. You. I knocked her hand away, sneering. Me what? Don't forget your promise. Writing scripts only for me, forever. You walk in here without explanation, just accusations and anger. Victoria, do you even see me as your husband? Under my barrage of questions, Victoria fell silent before speaking with difficulty. I just saw his potential, his drive. Wanted to help. We're completely innocent. I looked at her with disappointment. Innocent? Victoria, for him you stole my script. Ignored my warnings, even confronted me publicly. That's innocent? Plenty of actors have potential. You helping them all? However talented, he's still a rookie. Pushing him to the top now, are you helping or destroying him? Forget whether his acting can carry $100 million production. Even if it could, that's still NY property. I spent 3 years perfecting this script. You didn't see my effort. Why does your casual opinion override all my work? Why this one specifically? He's an actor, I'm an actor too. I need good scripts. Why can you ignore my feelings to help someone else? Victoria, do you have basic respect for your husband? Do you even love me? Victoria stayed silent long before her anger dissipated. She looked up, showing rare guilt, eyes red. I'm sorry. My mistake. I didn't mean to. I love you. Only you. She came over, embracing me, body burning. I just saw him alone at auditions getting bullied. Reminded me of starting out. No background, no connections, looked down on, suffering humiliation. I was wrong. Yell at me, hit me, whatever. I really didn't mean it. 3 years married, this was her first time showing vulnerability. Feeling the wetness on my shoulder, I sighed, ultimately softening. I'll let this go. But Ryan Foster, I don't want to hear that name from you again. No more contact. If he's talented, let him succeed on his own. This is the last time, Victoria. I pushed her away, looking at her red eyes, enunciating clearly. Next time, we divorce. I won't tolerate betrayal. Her whole body trembled, perhaps from fear. Red-eyed, voice choked. No, I'll never divorce you. She held me tight, like trying to merge us into one. Chapter 5. To prove her commitment, she deleted all Ryan's contacts in front of me. Transferred him to another agent. After a week playing housewife, I reconsidered. And gave her the production back. I knew she'd poured as much passion into this script as I had. We both dove back into pre-production. Our relationship improved. I didn't actively suppress Ryan. A small fry wasn't worth my energy. But everyone in this industry was sharp. Without my explicit word, they knew what to do. Without Victoria's resources, Ryan couldn't get anywhere in the industry, gradually vanishing. I focused entirely on the new production. Months later, we wrapped filming. The wrap party and press conference was at a 5-star hotel. Victoria and I, as core creators, had to attend together. But as we prepared to enter, her phone rang. Unknown number. She frowned and declined, but they kept calling persistently. After hanging up dozens of times, about to block them, the number sent a photo message. Victoria opened it with a dark expression. Next second, her face changed completely. Emergency. I have to go. You go in first. Before I could ask, she disappeared around the corner. After Victoria left, I had to face the press conference alone. I fielded questions about the film solo, facing countless cameras. Just as I was sharing funny behind-the-scenes moments with the director, commotion erupted below. A entertainment reporter in front raised their phone, urgently asking. Mr. Blackwell. Your wife. Just posted supporting Ryan Foster, accusing someone of malicious suppression. Your thoughts? Is her sudden departure related? The bombshell sent ripples through the crowd. All cameras turned to me, flashes blinding. Mr. Blackwell, rumors say Ryan was not only blacklisted but driven to suicide. True? Mr. Blackwell, does your company abuse and exploit artists? Mr. Blackwell, are you and your wife having problems? The cacophony of questions filled my ears. Confused, I could only end the conference hastily. Backstage, I checked my phone to find Victoria's statement on her verified account. Effective immediately, I'm leaving Blackwell Entertainment to establish my own studio. The statement extensively condemned the company's oppression of Ryan. Detailed his struggles and talent, every word dripping with protection and sympathy. She couldn't bear to see such a gifted young actor destroyed. So she'd use all her resources to support Ryan. Ryan, the center of controversy, had reposted with, "After storms come rainbows. With you beside me, no matter how rough the road, I'll keep pushing forward." He'd attached a photo of himself with Victoria. The explosive comments below sent chills down my spine. My 3-year passion project, finally complete and ready for release. The wife I'd lifted up had, for another man, thrown it into a media firestorm. I suppressed my rage and called Victoria immediately. Explain yourself. Her voice came through cold and distant. Ethan, Ryan almost died. If I hadn't arrived in time, he'd have jumped off the bridge. He works so hard but gets crushed by the company because you hate him. I won't watch him be destroyed. I have to help him. Help him? Hearing this, I laughed through my tears. Your way of helping him is driving me to ruin. You didn't investigate, just posted slander against me and the company. Did you consider the consequences? I don't care. You started the bullying. You destroyed him. I have to protect him. She hung up. Listening to the dial tone, my last shred of warmth died. I smashed my phone against the floor, screen shattering instantly. Our wedding photo on the lock screen fractured into pieces. Fine. Perfect. Victoria, for a nobody, you'd slander and destroy me. Since you've chosen to be my enemy, don't blame me for being ruthless. Chapter 6. I immediately assembled PR and legal teams, issuing orders. Draft an official statement immediately. Clarify the script's copyright belongs entirely to our company. Minimize film impact. Also, clearly state that while directing, Victoria severely breached contract by replacing the designated lead, starting production early without authorization, and illegally signing Ryan Foster. Refute her false, malicious suppression accusations. Make clear her statements constitute commercial defamation. We reserve all legal rights. Additionally, release our internal surveillance footage, all project communications, and her signed confirmations as evidence with the statement. Those surveillance videos clearly showed Victoria's unusual favoritism toward Ryan on set, stark contrast to other employees' treatment. Finally, add a personal statement. I paused, then continued. Announce that I, Ethan Blackwell, am dissolving my marriage to Victoria Chen. Legal proceedings have begun. PR director and legal head exchanged glances before springing into action. Within an hour, this precisely worded, evidence-backed statement was released through official company channels and major media partners simultaneously. The internet exploded. Major outlets scrambled to report. Public opinion reversed instantly. Topics about our divorce, Victoria's violations, and Ryan's manipulation tactics trended immediately. Those who'd sympathized with Ryan's suppression and supported Victoria turned their guns after seeing surveillance and documentation. Many cursed under Victoria's new studio posts with vile language. My phone rang me parents overseas. Dad didn't interrogate or demand details. Ethan, we know what happened. Do what you need to. Remember, the Blackwell family always has your back. Mom added her concern for my health and mood, asking if they should pull strings. I managed a smile. Mom, Dad, don't worry. I can handle this small matter. After hanging up, warmth flooded through me. Some things in this world would never betray you. Soon another call came. Victoria's parents. Her mother's tearful voice greeted me. Ethan, all couples fight. Victoria's just confused momentarily. Don't take it so seriously. No need for divorce. I cut her off, calm but final. She's not momentarily confused. She crossed my bottom line for Ryan Foster. She chose to stand against me, handed the knife to an outsider, personally stabbed me. Her treatment of Ryan exceeded my limits. We're done. I hung up. Victoria burst into my office then. Ethan. What's your meaning? Divorcing over this minor work issue? Chapter 7. Victoria's eyes were red, phone clutched white-knuckled, obviously having seen the statement. I looked at her coldly. You know exactly why. I gave you a chance. Told you clearly it was the last time. But you? For Ryan Foster, you trampled my trust and stabbed me. I pulled the prepared divorce papers from my drawer, throwing them at her. I never give second chances. Nothing more to say. Sign. Victoria stared at the papers, anger gradually replaced by panic and disbelief. She grabbed the documents and tore them to shreds. I won't sign. Divorce isn't child's play, Ethan. Stop your tantrum. Withdraw the divorce announcement now. Let's both calm down. Looking at her, I felt only irony. No one gets to have their cake and eat it too. Choices have consequences. I spoke coldly. I won't withdraw the announcement. We're finished. I'll print new papers. If you don't sign, I don't mind ensuring you and Ryan never work in this industry again. Ethan. You wouldn't dare. Victoria had always prioritized her career above all. Years of my indulgence meant she couldn't handle threats. Anger took over again. I won't sign. I won't abandon Ryan. We'll see. She stormed out with those words. I looked at the shredded papers scattered on the floor, eyes calm. Victoria, you asked for this. Chapter 8. At her core, Victoria remained that never-surrender award-winning director. Pushed to the edge, I'd only awakened her competitive spirit. She probably thought with her talent and fame, she'd thrive without me. She began liquidating all her savings, even mortgaging properties. Raising funds to personally invest, write, and produce a film with one goal: launching Ryan Foster. Reality soon slapped her hard. Our divorce news and evidence-backed statement had spread throughout the industry. Nobody dared touch her projects. Victoria contacted previously collaborative top screenwriters. They claimed full schedules or politely declined. Her chosen cinematographer, previously eager, now wouldn't answer calls. Even crew members who'd called her Director Chen, with reverence, now found excuses to refuse. The entire industry shut its doors overnight. A mutual friend called me. Said Victoria's situation was bad. Investors pulling out, she's borrowing everywhere. I just laughed. Really? How's that my concern? The friend stayed silent before hanging up. After hitting walls industry-wide, Victoria pinned final hopes on her parents. She probably thought their accumulated connections could find some generous uncles willing to help. She was disappointed again. Her parents contacted their seemingly close old friends, hoping for financial support for their daughter's project. They discovered these old friends, good relationships, mostly existed for the Blackwell family, for my sake, maintaining surface warmth with her family. Now that Victoria and I had split, they avoided her like plague. They either ignored her parents' calls or gave vague excuses. Rejection after rejection, cold shoulder after cold shoulder, Victoria truly felt capital's power and reality's cruelty for the first time. Without Ethan Blackwell's support, even with talent, she couldn't move an inch. Media continuously covered Victoria's difficulties. The once glorious golden director now pathetic, becoming industry gossip. I remained indifferent to it all. My energy went entirely into the company's new film projects. Without Victoria's interference, without the messy drama, everything progressed smoothly. Even better than I'd anticipated. Chapter 9. A month later, Victoria's news had spread from entertainment to general news sections. Victoria's new studio was behind on payroll. Photos showed her rented office door covered in collection notices, red paint spelling, "Pay your debts." Someone photographed thuggish men blocking the office entrance. They demanded Victoria come out and pay up, drawing crowds of gawkers. That afternoon, Victoria's parents came to the company. Unable to reach me by phone, they came in person. In just a month, her father's hair had gone mostly gray, back hunched. Her mother's eyes were sunken, haggard. This time, they didn't mention years of family friendship or marital reconciliation. Just begged me to spare Victoria. Ethan, we're begging you. We know Victoria wronged you. She made mistakes. She brought this on herself. But please, for the sake of your marriage, show mercy, leave her a way out. The elderly couple wept, nearly kneeling. I quickly stopped them, helping them to the sofa. But didn't relent. You're mistaken about something. This isn't me forcing her. She chose this path. When she decided to destroy the film for Ryan Foster, she should have expected today. I gave her chances. She pushed them away herself. If you want me to stop now, fine. Have Victoria sign this divorce agreement. I signaled my lawyer to hand them another prepared divorce agreement. Once she signs, I'll immediately cease all targeted business actions. This is the only dignity she can salvage for herself. The couple stared at the papers, blood draining from their faces. How they convinced Victoria, I didn't know or care. I only knew that under my lawyer's pressure, under massive public pressure and crushing debt, I received Victoria's signed divorce papers 3 days later. Chapter 9. The divorce processed quickly. Post-divorce Victoria lost career, reputation, love, and wealth. Life hit rock bottom. Meanwhile, my news kept making headlines. Company value hit new highs. Several major investments exceeded all expectations. My personally managed film project officially launched. Working with top screenwriting teams, production crews, and A-list actors. Having lost the Blackwell tree and drowning in debt, Victoria had lost all value to Ryan. The one who'd played gentle, vulnerable, and caring before her quickly showed his true face. He became cold, even verbally abusive toward Victoria. When Victoria broke down again over unpayable debts, Ryan finally dropped all pretense. Crying. Always crying. What's the use? I thought the great director Chen could make me an A-lister. Turns out without Ethan Blackwell, you're fucking nothing. Victoria looked up through tears, face full of disbelief. Ryan, what did you say? Seeing her shock, Ryan laughed more cruelly. What did I say? I said you're stupid. You really thought I was gonna jump off that bridge? That was an act. I knew women like you eat up sob stories, love playing savior. I bet you'd pity me, feel guilty about this, genius. Sure enough, you took the bait. Treated me like treasure, ha ha ha. Too bad you're useless and stupid. Victoria's blood turned to ice, seeming to freeze. Looking at this vicious, venomous man versus the clear-eyed, shy boy in memory, two different people. Massive disgust rose, nearly making her vomit. From beginning to end, an elaborate con. Her supposed talent nurturing, protection, rebellion just a calculating lowlife's puppet show. She destroyed her marriage, career, and reputation for this despicable man. Enormous despair and self-loathing drowned her. Ryan slammed out. Victoria collapsed on the cold floor, tears falling silently. Her life seemed truly, completely over. Chapter 10. In breakdown, Victoria started drinking heavily. In her stupor, she uncontrollably remembered our past. From our first on-set meeting to falling in love. How I'd smoothed her production troubles, fought for the best actors and teams, stayed up all night discussing scripts during her creative blocks. Her step-by-step success, becoming an envied golden director, backed by my unreserved support and trust. Details she'd ignored or taken for granted now replayed like film scenes, each frame piercing her heart. She grabbed her phone, sending me a long text. Every word dripped with thick regret and pain. The last one. Ethan, I was wrong, forgive me, give me another chance please. However, this confession-laden message sank without a trace. I'd blocked her after the first text without even reading it. My new film project launched officially, the press conference unprecedented. During a public media interview, a reporter shoved a microphone at me, deliberately mentioning Victoria's situation. Facing cameras, I spoke flatly, don't know her. Don't care. The reporter wanted to pursue, but staff had already escorted them aside. As for Ryan Foster. After Victoria's complete downfall, he still fantasized about comeback with his face and talent, joining a popular talent show. But scandals exploded, early fan deception, messy private life, fake credentials. Bigger bombshells revealed he'd scammed multiple rich women for huge sums. One victim even provided transfer records and chat screenshots, filing formal charges. Instantly, Ryan became universally reviled. The show, avoiding risk, overnight expelled him. All his promotional materials vanished. He disappeared completely from public view. Later, scattered rumors surfaced. Said he'd gotten into gambling, lost everything, owed astronomical debts. Collectors found him, brutal methods, broke his leg. Someone saw a limping beggar digging through dumpsters in the city's shadows, vaguely resembling Ryan. You reap what you sow. Chapter 11. 2 years later, under my leadership, Blackwell Entertainment expanded further. My invested films achieved both box office and critical success. TV shows repeatedly broke ratings records. Company value multiplied several times. Becoming truly pivotal in the industry. I had a new partner by my side. At a charity gala, we attended as honored guests. Heading to the ballroom, I inadvertently glimpsed someone in server uniform struggling with a catering cart. The face looked like Victoria, but life's grinding had stolen her former glow, eyes dull and lifeless. She saw me too. The moment our eyes met, her body froze, nearly losing control of the cart, expression complex. I just swept my calm gaze over her like viewing a complete stranger. Then, arm in arm with my wife, walked straight into the ballroom. Victoria watched my disappearing back, finally lowering her head as tears hit the floor, drowning in regret. The end.